Today, Cover and Yagoo has also held a press release explaining the elephant in the room, Hololive graduations, and Yagoo responded that he will make sure no more talents leave due to miscommunication. He and CFO also said they will slow down employee new hires. On May 13, Motoaki Tanigo, president of Cover, which operates the virtual YouTuber agency Hololive Production, expressed his views on the Vtuber graduation rush at the financial results briefing for the fiscal year ending in March 2025. He cited changes in life plan as a factor as time has passed since Hololive was launched. In total, since 2024, several popular talents, including Minato Aqua, have been leaving the company. This has not stopped in 2025, with talents with many channel subscribers, such as Shion Murasaki and Gargura, graduating. All of the talents said that the reason for their graduation was difference in directions from Cover. In response to this situation, President Tanigo said it's been more than 6 years since Vtuber started in 2017, and the first generation of Hololive members begun in 2018. And I think it's time for changes to occur in each talent's career plans and life plans. I think each talent has their own circumstances. I understand they're not all graduating for the same reason. We ourselves have had to focus on growing the business, and in order to support our talent, we have had to put in place various systems such as merchandising, licensing, and sales. Meanwhile, the company announced a change in its management structure since April. As a result, President Tanigo said that he has been able to act quite freely, explaining that he can now visit each creator individually to ask about their current situation and future prospects. Even though there are various individual circumstances, I think it would be good if we could work together as partners with Covers if possible. Therefore, I want to prevent a situation like people quitting due to miscommunication while strengthening communication. We also want to evolve the company so that we can respond to the growth of our talent. It's a little difficult to comment on discovering new talents. While some talents are graduating, President Tanigo says that it's a little difficult to comment on the current plan for new talents to join this fiscal year. Obviously, they need to, renew. They need to find new talents to make up for the ones that left. I feel like Gargura is a huge loss. On the other hand, Hosho Marine, who recently surpassed 4 million subscribers on her YouTube channel, is working enthusiastically to reach 5 million subscribers and said from now on, VTubers have the potential to increase their subscribers even further and reach the 10 million mark and become even more mainstream. It's still a huge loss to lose Gargura for them. Yes, of course, even though she didn't stream, it doesn't matter because her IP is what was really valuable and it was an iconic avatar. Expressing his intention to create an environment where existing popular talents can be more active. Regarding the mid to long-term discovery of new talents, he said, "Of course it is necessary." He continued by saying that, of course, discovering new talent is also necessary in the mid to long term. He also mentioned the pace of expansion of Cover's workforce. As of March 31st, 2024, the number of employees was 509, but as of March 31st, 2025, it has increased to 679. Regarding this, the company's CFO, Yosuke Kaneko, said, "We expect the pace to be a little bit more stable than in previous years." Under the new management structure, the company has indicated a policy of focusing on reallocating personnel and optimizing the performance of existing personnel in aiming to maximize business growth. Cover's full-year financial result for the fiscal year ending March 2013 showed sales of 43. That's the same. I don't get why they're comparing it to March 2013. Let's talk about Cover Corp's financial results for 2025. Despite having smashed all the yearly targets, the net profit has the lowest growth percentage indicated in lower net profit, which is what is worrying the investors at the moment. This is the net profit in percentage decrease from 13.7% last year to 12.8% this year. And as you guys know, investors, they don't like it. They don't like it when the profit decreases. That's like the thing they hate the most. They only want numbers go up. On page 8, Cover shown a company-wide KPI to focus on. For streaming and content, numbers of monthly unique users, probably. I assume UU stands for. And numbers of video created. That's a shit ton of videos. Concerts and events by numbers of events and visitor. Merchandising and collab licensing by quantity. While looking at numbers, despite the highest increase in event and concerts in both visitors and numbers of events. It didn't reflect on financial report on page 5, as merchandising is contributing still more revenue than concerts and events. Got a note from the reviewer saying this KPI may pressure the talents and increase their workload, and probably what has been hinted at by the difference in directions per graduated talents. This is the revenue trend of every quarter, along with revenue per category, streaming content revenue, concerts, event revenue, merchandising revenue, and licensing collaborative. And the licensing and collaboration revenue has been going up. The merchandising revenue is still a huge chunk of their overall revenue, much more than concerts and streaming and content revenue. So basically, even though the girls are extremely successful, the streaming and content revenue is like their second lowest revenue out of all 4. Due to holding medium to large scales live concerts and Fest Expo in Japan and overseas, there was a significant increase in event expenses as part of cost of sales in Q4. Among manufacturing cost items, around 2 million yen in partial write-downs of some past merchandise was recorded due to increase in the number of e/retail SKUs. So the performer remuneration seems to be a decent part of the expenses, but the outsourcing expenses too. The outsourcing expenses is even higher in Q4 actually. And the manufacturing costs as well. That's interesting. Other costs of sale, including studio related costs, that's a little lower. This is event expenses. This is manufacturing costs, and this is other costs. Okay, I misread that. SG&A expenses increased in Q4, mainly due to provisions of performance-linked bonuses at the end of the fiscal year. Increased warehouses, SG&A expenses resulting from an increase in MD transactions in Japan and overseas, and recording of advertising expenses and amortization of software assets from second half of the fiscal year. Personal expenses, office equipment and expenses. So this is personal. This is office equipment expenses. This is warehouse expenses, outsourcing, and what does SG&A stand for? Sadly, the merch made in China, so they're going to suffer because of tariffs. I think it's been dropped a lot now, though. They've issued an adjustment, actually. Updates have been made to duties calculation on the Hololive production official shop based on recent changes to US trade policies. The image on the left reflects checkout page as seen today on May 13, 2025, and image on the right reflects the page seen on May 1st. Shipping 42, duty 75. The duties used to be $200. Okay, that's pretty good. Nice. That's actually huge. Yeah, the merchandise is actually increasing every year. Every single year. So here it says, in Q1 we expect to see a reactionary decline in revenue due to the massive events held at the end of the previous quarter. But we also expect the trend of expansion of business results year on year due to the increased awareness and expansion of any merchandising and sales channels. Streaming content, continued expansion of new fan base through streaming and existing and new performance, as well as their activities in various services such as game and music. Increase in recognition of performer and brand through exposure, such as singing ending theme of blockbuster anime Mobile Suit Gundam and appearances at Expo 2025 Osaka. As for the concert and events, recording a portion of revenue related to Fest Expo held in Q4 across fiscal period, hold Nekomata Oku's second live concert, Peruzo Nia Respect, in May. For merchandising, they plan to release 4th booster pack for TCG in June. That's been working well for them. And due to seasons factors, recording of revenue from sales of made-to-order merchandise tends to be modest in Q1 every year. Licensing/collabs. Expect the effects of expanding sales agencies in Japan and overseas and acquiring major new clients. I wonder who's their new major clients. Initiatives that we have been undertaking in previous fiscal years to gradually materialize. Okay, so they might be bringing the big bucks. So as part of the brand expansion, they are focusing on mass audience. The success of top creators is helping to expand awareness among the mass audience. Trends in numbers of YouTube channel subscriptions and average number of monthly unique users. For streaming video, Usada Picora is nominated for the Game Awards. The short-form videos by multiple VTubers go viral like Hosho Marine and Raiden. For music, Hoshimachi Suisei, Bibidiba recorded over 100 million views on YouTube. And live performances growing in scale, like Hollywood Palladium, Nippon Budokan, Ariake Arena, K Arena, and Yokohama, etc. For games, winner of eSport Awards due to contribution of Shishiro Cup, a game tournament project by Shishiro Botan, and hosting of projects by VTubers such as Hololive GTA. Hololive GTA was awesome. Events, Mori Calliope appears at Osaka Expo 2025 opening, and numbers of visitors at 6 Fest Expo 2025, 260,000 people. Whoa! They had that many people show up at the fest? That's really, really big. Yeah, Hololive did a GTA series. There's like entire playlist dedicated to it. If you want to watch it, it's really good. I discovered the reason the 2013 was mistranslated. All the 2013 is 2025 in original text. Yeah, I figured, and often abbreviated to 25. The translation took this as a Japanese error count, as in the year Heisei 25, which is 2013. What the fuck? Really? Okay, good job, deduct. That does make sense. For the TCG, the company has continuously held national conventions as well as store conventions and social events, attracting a total of 150,000 people to date. Captures Tier 2 player population and popularity. Collaboration. Increase in number of collaboration projects in various industries, such as expansion of tie-up projects in various fields, such as Los Angeles Dodgers. McDonald's often has collabs with popular IPs. While I was there, they had a collab with Detective Conan, actually. And they also had, I think, a Suisei collab, but they didn't have any items that went with it. They just had like Suisei posters. So it was kind of lame. Sony PlayStation 30th anniversary commercial, Capcom Monster Hunter, etc, etc. So they had a lot of really big collabs. In gaming related business, financial risks are managed in a decentralized manner by type. Several profitable titles have already been released under license out to other companies. They're still going with their whole metaverse thing. Holo Indies, brand for derivative work games using our IP. Indie game creators, etc. can publish games using our IP under the relevant brand. Total number of released titles expanded to 22. There's Hololive Production, IP licensed out to game developers. Oh, that's like you get to do, if you're a game dev, you get to use their IP for like indie games, I suppose. And there's a revenue share. But Hololive is the company's revenue. Metaverse platform that provides fans with new experience, in-house development from the viewpoint of development flexibility, with a view to collaborating with our other service. There's also a new management structure after changes in April 2025, so this is very recent. Tanigo is still president and CEO. Now they have a director and CTO, which is in the Metaverse area and technology division. And they have a director and senior vice president who's in charge of media mix and licensing and collab. And they have Yosuke Kaneko, CFO and senior vice president, supervisor of corporate shared function, corporate planning department, overseas business development department. So all the boring jobs for him. They have Takashi as Senior Vice President, Administration, General Affairs, Legal Affairs, and Intellectual Property and Crisis Management. I take it back, he has a boring job. And Daisuke Maeda, Senior Vice President, he'll be in charge of Product Planning and Commerce. And Shigeki Hayashi, Senior Vice President of Vtuber Production. That's interesting. The old management used to be, I feel like the list was way shorter, less fragmented. Seems like their tasks are more split now, so maybe that's why Tanigo was saying he can focus on and he has more freedom. So here they're showing their long-term plans. Strengthening of content supply through co-creation. Produce top talents in diverse fields of expression, including live streaming, music, games, art. Improve sophistication and efficiency of content production systems. Expand awareness through collaboration with other companies and large-scale content media. Establishments of a global earnings base. Establish merchandise production and distribution in major overseas consumption areas, mainly in North America and Asia. And expand global licensing transactions. Expansions of earnings in new business area. They want to roll out the TCG globally and increase earnings from digital content such as games. So mostly in-house development of Hololive. Advanced utilization of human capital. Maximize performance through optimal allocation and development of human resources and strengthen management foundation for sustainable growth. So they really want to establish merch production and distribution. So it's not just distribution overseas, it's also production. Mainly in North America and Asia, and they really want to increase their earning from digital content. Hololive wants to differentiate from other influencer business model. They want to achieve an economies of scale achieved through large-scale investments such as 3D motion capture studios and continued development related to expressive technology. Revenue model multifaceted, including streaming, live MD licensing, TCG, and games. Hit replicability. Creates replicable hits backed by the production brand and loyal fan pool. Meanwhile, a conventional influencer business model would be dependent on a single channel, such as individuals or groups. So they're kind of establishing a system that comes with a community. Top 10 female streamers by hours watched for 2024 world ranking, including non-Vtuber. Usada Pecora was first, Sakura Miko second, Iron Mouse third, Hakuiko Yori fourth, Ozora Subaru fifth, and then the rest are non-Vtubers: Mira, Emiru, Amaranth, Genie, and Kaida. I think that's the one that quit this year. That's just she was good up on streaming. One note here is that they have set numbers of stream moderators to be at least 77 moderators online 24/7. That's kind of crazy. And Pecora is the GOAT. She's always on. She's always on and she always has so much energy.